So this was built for James. James
Okay.
owned it for a little bit of time and then gave it away to someone who gave it away to someone who I bought it from.
Oh, wow.
So that's why the strings, no one's ever replaced the strings because James played them.
James played it is like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
James played these strings.
Supposedly.
Bottom line, supposedly.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that's the story behind this guitar.
The guy I bought it from is very, very, very truthful and honest.
Mm-hmm.
And the other people that know the story that were around back then all can verify it. But again, there's no piece of paper I can say, hey, look, James used to own this. So, but
Exactly. So it's kind of like there's no certificate of
No.
authenticity that he didn't sign a napkin saying, hey, I play this guitar.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the story.
You're watching Guitar State with Alex Lopez.
Hey guys, this is Alex Lopez and welcome to the Guitar State channel. Today I have the great fortune of interviewing my good friend and awesome guitar collector, Jim Schwilk.
Yep.
I'm sure you guys know him. He's one of the most notorious collectors in the guitar aficionado world, especially with ESP. And today we're here at his house that he had the great gesture of letting me in to his room and collection. So today we're gonna be talking about how this whole thing started. So as I was saying behind cameras, Jim, first of all, thank you, for having me here at your house.
Thank you for coming.
I want to know how this whole thing started, but let's start with the music.
Yeah.
How we all grew up with music at our homes,
Yeah.
parents, cousins, uncles, whatever the case, but there's this moment or circumstance that happened that music came but never left.
Right.
Tell me about that event.
Quiet Riot,
Okay.
Mental Health.
Awesome. What
Yeah.
song?
Just whatever one came out, right, on the radio.
Okay.
I have an older sister, so she's 5 years older than me. Her friends were listening to it, and I went out and got the album, back in the day,
Right.
and just listened to that whole thing backwards and forwards, and that led into, Def Leppard, and then, of course...
What year was this? How old were you?
I was in 4th grade,
And I'm
Yeah.
I'm asking, 4th grade is what year?
84.
84, yeah. So I'm from Ecuador,
Yeah.
so sometimes I didn't grow up here. I was born
Okay.
and raised in Ecuador, so sometimes 4th
Yeah.
grade I get a little confused. So 84, how old were you?
84. I was 10.
10, okay,
Yeah.
Awesome, yeah. So
9. Yeah, 9, 10.
yeah, and why I'm asking this question, because look, that's the foundation of
It is.
this whole thing. I'm gonna be showing you guys, his entire collection that the one is displayed because it has more guitars. But there's a reason, and I'm trying to dig deep to go. That's number one. So what's Quiet Riot,
Yeah.
1984, and that led to, like you said,
Yeah.
like we all did,
Yeah.
Def Leppard and all those great groups.
Yeah.
Now, you're not only a guitar collector, you're not
No.
only an ESP guitar collector that like good stuff, like high-end instruments. I don't want to call it high-end. I want to be more like unique instruments.
Unique,
Because
yeah.
sometimes
Yep.
it doesn't have to be an expensive guitars to be a unique instrument.
Right.
And that's what this Guitar State channel is all about.
Yep.
Because this is we're not doing reviews here.
No.
We're talking about what this guitar means to you.
Right.
The journey of, getting this instrument. But before I got sidetracked, let's talk about Metallica. Because you're not only a guitar collector, you're also a Metallica James Hetfield aficionado, fan,
yeah.
whatever you want to call it. How did that start? Let's see, when was the first time you hear Metallica?
1986.
Okay.
Master of Puppets.
Master of Puppets?
Yep. First time I heard it blew me away.
Okay. And you were 12, right?
Yep.
Around that.
Yep.
Okay.
And it just went from there. It was like, whoa, what is this? You know,
Right.
Is this their first album? No, it's not.
Is
Let's
it
go
their-
back and look. Right.
Right.
And yeah, it was amazing. And right about that time, I started playing drums. So
Okay.
I started as a drummer.
Also, that was your
Yeah.
first instrument.
Yeah.
And it's like, so what happened? Why you didn't pursue drums?
No, I
when-
played drums through ninth grade. I still dabble in them today.
Okay, and you
yeah.
and you got the 72
I did.
seasons drum set, the large road rig.
Yeah, like I say, I've got issues.
Right. We all do. We all
have
do.
issues.
Here and watching this have issues. Everybody that's a collector has issues.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
So 1996, you know, when the Master of Puppets came out, you were 12.
Yeah.
Let's do a little fast forward to
Yep.
give a little context. Like, okay, because James Hetfield was your favorite guitar player, or was it someone else?
Well, originally, you know, when I first got into it with drums and everything, I was a big Kiss fan.
Okay.
So I played a lot of Kiss songs. And then I joined a band. We played a lot of Guns N' Roses, Zeppelin, you know, some Metallica, but the guitar players back then weren't that heavy.
Okay.
I would always try to push, you know, let's play some Metallica, you know.
Okay.
Then when I joined another band with two other guys, just a bass player and a guitar player, that's all we played was Metallica.
Metallica.
And, you know, back then we had cassette tapes and records, right? They weren't the quality you have today.
Right.
And we were playing Fade to Black.
Awesome.
Yeah, and at the end, the first time we played it, at the end, you know, Lars goes into double bass.
Right.
So I go into double bass. And,
Right.
and it blew them away because they didn't realize that he did that in the song. I'm like, no, he's doing it.
is
They
doing
thought
it.
I just made it up.
Oh, they were like, hey,
Yeah, they were like,
I
I was like, no, go back and listen to
Right.
it. He's doing it. So
Okay.
that's the quality we had then. We didn't have quality. where
Right.
we knew exactly, or YouTube, where we could see what he's doing.
Exactly.
We had to figure it out.
Exactly.
And to this day, I still play Master of Puppets on guitar wrong. Right? Because we didn't have videos
exactly.
of his hands, you know.
Exactly.
He goes EF, right?
Right.
I don't. I go double E.
Right.
Because that's how I heard it on
That's
the
how you
cassette
heard
tape.
it. And I'm glad you mentioned in this part that, you know, back nowadays you're like, okay, I want to learn Master of Puppets. Go to YouTube. There's 1,000
Right.
videos like
Right.
how to play it and this and that. Back then it was by ear.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Pause the cassette tape, try to find the note.
right,
Yep.
right.
Yep.
And there's so many gadgets now that you know make things easier.
Yeah.
But I think back in the day that was it. That was
It
the
was.
way things were done. Done. And I started playing bass when I was 13. My brother was in charge of learning the songs by ear, and he
Okay.
was teaching me.
Teaching you, yeah.
So, you
Yep.
know, my brother is the one that got
Yeah.
me playing. Now, since this episode is about your guitar collection, let's fast forward and let's talk about your first guitar.
Yep.
Before I say that, how many guitars do you have? Currently have. No display. that
Currently
you
have?
Yeah.
Including the ones on order.
Yes, that counts.
71.
Wow. 71. You're almost at 72.
Almost at 72.
At 72.
Yeah.
And that can change
Yeah.
any minute with this guy. Anyway, so tell me the story about this first guitar, because
Yeah.
it's like the first kiss, the first girlfriend,
Yeah.
that guitar that came to your life. Tell me about that guitar.
So it's actually, I still own it. It's Jackson Kelly. It came to me all beat up, and it's still a little beat up.
Okay.
It was all black and no
Right, let me show
electronics,
you.
no nothing.
Okay.
And my brother-in-law bought it for $60
okay.
and then put all the electronics in it.
Want to show you
And
guys.
he had it painted with a pink heartbeat down it. Remember, this was the 80s. So, you know, hair metal and pink was a thing. And then he decided he don't want it anymore, and he wanted to sell it for $100. I begged my mom, give me $100 to buy it, and she did. So I bought it. Of course, I had it repainted, got rid of the pink heartbeat. He had his name at the top. I had Jackson put back on. And then I went to Grant Guitars and had EMGs put in. First generation EMGs.
Okay. What year was this?
'89.
Wow. And this
Yeah.
one has a ton of...
It was the first one that came
Really?
out like that.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it goes to single coil. And
it has the killer.
it has the Kaler.
Yeah.
So as soon as the guy opened the case, he was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing." I said, "Yeah, okay." And he goes, "This is original Jackson Kelly. I'll give you $4,000 for it."
What year was that when he
89.
said 89 and he was giving you 4?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I said, I'm just a kid, right? And I'm like, well, if you're willing to give me $4,000 for it, it's probably worth more.
Or more.
So no.
Yeah.
I have no idea. He said it was an original USA custom. There are some quirks about it, but this thing plays amazing.
Yeah.
And of course, it's got sentimental value. I like Les Pauls, so I had the switch moved as well, which probably took value away from it. And I put a tone in.
And sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
One of the things that Jim is very notorious is that, like you modify things. You make them your own, like I said, like you said, I like Les Paul, so I put the switch up here. And like you said, yeah, some Jackson Kelly collectors say, I don't like that. It maybe takes the value away. But for you, this is your guitar. This is the way you want it.
Yeah.
The way you want to feel the guitar.
Of course, when I'm long and gone, right, a lot of these are going to be worth some money. They can do whatever they want with them, sell them. Of course, I don't want them to be worthless.
Right.
But at the same time, I want them to be mine.
Exactly.
Right.
They got to have the Jim stamp there, right?
And yeah, there's a hole in the back now. So, you could fill it, but it'll never be back to original.
Exactly.
But it's okay.
Right. And this is what when we were talking about this guitar, when I saw the tremolo, I was like, oh, it's a killer. That normally you see these tremolos on Dave Mustaine's, Marty Friedman's, and others, right? But that was like, okay, that's an 80s.
Right.
Definitely.
It was. And Marty Freeman played this guitar. Of course, he had the 24 fret version instead of the 22.
Yeah.
But
How old were you exactly on this one?
It was 89, so I was 14,
15, okay.
Yeah.
I'm always tracking the ages, because it gives like, okay, what time, it's like what time of in the 90s and stuff like that.
And then when I switched to guitar, then I started playing more Metallica stuff, right?
Okay.
More of the heavy stuff, writing my own stuff.
Okay.
I don't have the strap. I probably still own it somewhere, but I mean, I was such a big James Hetfield fan that I bought 2 Ernie Ball guitar straps, cut them in half, and had my mom sew them back together so I could play.
You can go play, on your knees?
And I was a lot thinner then, though.
Right.
So, yeah, I could play
way
like
he was
that.
playing it,
back in that.
Yeah.
And I had my mic real low, so you step into it.
Yeah, and it's funny because, look, we all think the same.
Yeah.
We all, have our metal heroes that, oh, he's doing this, I'm going to do that.
I'm going to do it.
And this, and that. And that follow years forward that we're going to see his collection, of course. Now, I don't know how many, on these racks, how many guitars you have on this rack?
32-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what is the guitar that got you into collect? That was your first guitar.
That was my first guitar.
What is the guitar that got you into collecting that you said, there's this guitar that mine was the Snakebyte LTD. I got it 8 years ago. That was my first guitar because I'm a bass player. And then the whole thing, I don't know how it happened, but it happened. So anyway, what if you have to choose one guitar that kind of got you collecting or getting the passion of finding an instrument, chasing an instrument, ordering an instrument, or like doing your custom show order, which one is that one?
There was actually 2 that arrived at the same time.
Okay.
So I there's a lot of money invested in this. I didn't always have it to buy guitars with. So I always dreamed of having LTDs and ESPs.
Right.
But never could get one. And then, one day when I saw some on Reverb, it was the LTD versions. These are ESPs. But I bought an LTD gray Truckster.
Like this one. Can we get this one out so they get like...
Yeah.
Everybody know the Trucksters, LTD SPs, but there's might be new people that they don't know. So this one.
So this one has been modified with the limited edition pickups in it, but
I like the one yours look. They look really close
do.
to the picture.
they do look good.
Mine
yeah.
don't look like that. You'll see in
My
the video
first
one.
set didn't look like that
Yeah,
either.
this one looks
Yeah.
close to the picture that you guys saw when EMG released it.
Yeah.
Black Friday, was it? Was it Black Friday?
It was, yeah.
Black Friday,
Yeah,
yeah.
something like that.
Okay.
And crashed their website. So it was the LTD version of this that I got, and another one we'll talk about in a second. But it was my first James Hetfield. Actually, no, I take that back. I remember my first one was an Iron Cross. But the two I'm going to talk about right now were the ones that made me say, I'm going to start buying as many as I can.
And that was like through the pandemic or before the pandemic?
It was right before the
right
pandemic.
before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, the pandemic, unfortunately, was a guitar buyer's dream because, prices were incredibly low back
Right.
then, not like they are now.
Right.
And that's unfortunate because
Right.
that means people were hurting.
Right.
But
Right.
so, yeah, this one. And then I don't have the other one anymore either because I got lucky.
Right.
But it was the LTD Snakebyte purple baritone.
Yeah.
I sold that one.
You want to show
Yeah.
the ESP one?
I sold the LTD because I was fortunate
There it
enough
is.
to find a buddy of mine who decided that he was going to sell his ESP.
Let's tell the story about this guitar for the people that don't know. Because I remember when I saw a video from James Hetfield showing the car guitar and this one, man, I wanted this guitar so bad because the purple, the flame. And
Right.
and then I heard the story that's only 7 were made,
Only
right?
7 were made, yeah.
Were made. So this is one of the 7.
Yeah.
So you got your LTD first, right?
I got the LTD and loved it, right? And what's funny is I'm a big purple guy. I love purple.
I love purple too.
So I didn't even realize it was a baritone when I bought it.
Okay,
My
so
brother-
like, this
yeah.
sounds a little weird.
Well, no, while I was waiting for it, I sent a picture of it to my brother-in-law, who's a guitar player and singer. And he goes, "Oh, that's cool, a baritone." I'm like, "Oh,
What?
what?" I'm like, "God, I hope I like it." And it's incredible, right? 27-inch scale. And it's not hard to play. When the baritone you think is going to be a weird scale, and it's really not.
Yeah.
It does. After you play it for about 10 minutes, and then you go back to a normal guitar.
Normal guitar, yeah.
It feels like you're Dave Mustang, and I can reach everything. You know.
It is. And as far as like this, like I don't know, I'm sure you had like a 7-string guitar.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that,
It
I
is.
still like my brother played 7 strings back in the day. And when I got my LTD, I was the same. It's like, okay, now I can play on V, whatever lower tones,
Right.
like you don't have to
Yep.
down tune or anything like that.
Yep.
But yeah, you need to kind of like get there. But once
Right.
you get it,
Once you get
this
it.
is the guitar. So
It
you
is.
don't have to
Yeah.
down tune and stuff like that.
This one's tuned to B standard. A lot of people like to tune it to, I think, drop C is what James
Right.
used it on.
Oh, okay.
But I like the B standard.
Since you're one of the guys, fortunate guys that had the LTD version and the ESP versions, because I know some of you guys know Jim very well, from Facebook groups and stuff like that. You know that he replaced all the LTDs he had for the ESPs. So I have the LTD. What's the difference?
The quality of wood, the craftsmanship, the neck is actually ebony instead of an ebony, not knockoff, but a different ebony brand.
Okay.
The wood, like I said, is a little bit better wood. The construction is all handmade instead of CNC made.
Oh, okay. So this is a handmade.
Yeah, all the custom
Not
shops
CNC,
are
not the
handmade.
machine.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's a good thing. That's a difference. This is like, I'm glad I asked that question because, like I mentioned, I was yesterday at this company and they had a CNC
Right.
machine. But now, if you're saying, and he was saying,
Well,
before we were doing it like this, Alex, now it's like we
Yeah.
put it there. So, okay.
Yeah, the shape is, I believe, is roughed CNC, but then contoured by hand and
Right.
you know, it's painted different. It's got better parts. Not that the parts that come with LTDs are bad, but yeah,
Right.
it's just more attention to detail.
Yeah.
They're heavier.
Oh, let me see.
The neck profile is a little different.
Look at this, guys. Look at this. This is the ESP version. I'm sure you guys saw this one when who posted? Someone from Metallica posted.
Yeah.
The headstock was broken.
He broke 2 headstocks, one on this one and one on his chrome one.
And then we started seeing like he was playing with LTD now,
LTD, yeah.
which is not bad. People
No.
were like, "Why is he playing with LTD?" Blah blah.
Yeah, people have a problem with LTDs. I've never had a problem with LTDs. I would prefer an ESP, but there's nothing wrong with them. And I run 24 volt in all of them. That's why, well, most of them.
Okay.
I put a sticker on the back.
Take a look.
Let me know that it's 24 volt.
Awesome. Okay, so this one definitely,
Yeah.
it's one of a kind, obviously
Yeah.
for obvious reasons.
Right.
And thank you for telling us
No
the story
problem.
about this one. All right, what else we have? Well, we have so many guitars, guys. So
Well, since it's right here and we just kind of alluded to it,
Yep.
let me get my my rag out because
Right.
it's chromed. So it's going to be very shiny, and our oils from our hands are kind of touchy on it. So we got to wipe it down every time we play it. But I had this one made. It started its life as a white ESP Snakebyte.
okay, so this was a white,
Mm-hmm.
and then this is the, and I told you many times, and this is one of the things that really caught my attention with Jim, that he's very creative, hands-on on getting things done on the guitars that he wants. And this is like,
Yeah.
like you have vision. So tell me about that process. So when these ideas came to fruition, or what are you thinking? Because this starts with an idea. So how does that happen?
The thing is the chase is fun for me.
Right?
Right. So yeah, they're rare. It's probably reflecting everything behind it. They're rare, but if they're not made like to the public, it entices me more.
Yeah.
Like, can I make that?
Right.
How do I find someone that does chroming on guitars? I mean,
Right.
that was a year-long process to find.
Okay.
And then I had the LTD chromed, and then when I got this one, I sent one, have it chromed, and I sold the LTD.
You sold the LTD?
I did, yeah.
Man, I wish I had bought it, but
Yeah.
because this is the first time I'm seeing it, man. It's so cool.
So the difference between James and me is his has black hardware, black pickups, and black tuners.
Yours is completely
Right, just like the white ones.
right.
Yeah, well, all
Right.
of them, I guess, do. I decided to chrome it out. We own a laser that cuts plastic, so I even cut a new cavity.
Okay, who did this?
We did.
You guys.
Oh no, that part.
Okay.
The chroming of the guitar
Right.
is a company called Coat of Chromes in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Awesome guy. Don over there, he's done 3 guitars for me. Like I said, one nice
Look
old.
at this. Let's
Yeah.
close it. Look, I've seen all these guitars and pictures, because we're friends on Facebook, and I'm sure you guys are friends. You're in the groups. But look at this. This is in person is a different thing. That's why I'm like, man, you sold the LTD. It's a very unique guitar, and like you said, if it's not available to the public,
It makes
what
it
do
so
I
much
do?
more. Yeah.
Let's make it available, at least for me, and that's your mentality.
Right.
And this room, that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Like unique guitars that we're gonna be showing.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing
Yeah.
this moment with me, and now with the people that are watching this episode.
So we can stay on
Yes.
on the chrome here, and no one's gonna recognize this.
Okay.
But there's a picture floating out, another chrome one.
Okay.
Don over at Coat of Chromes did it. There's a picture of James in the studio
Okay.
playing this guitar, right? It was a chromed out Les Paul custom. He put some chevrons on it, and he put a V8 logo on it.
Okay.
And this was another one that, even Don over...
You got this done, right?
I did.
Okay.
This started its life at, this is an Epiphone. Epiphone Les Paul custom. And it was silver burst.
Okay.
because the Silver Burst ones came with chrome hardware already, and I
Okay.
didn't want to re-buy the chrome hardware.
Right.
So I sent it to Don. He chromed it. I had to buy 3 different versions of a Chevy Chevron from a
okay.
Bel Air to find the one that fit.
That is
Yeah.
the fun part.
It is
this,
fun
This
part.
is what when
Frustrating, but fun.
When you're telling me this, that it was a Silverburst Epiphone.
Yeah.
You guys tell me if you see a Silverburst Epiphone here. No way.
No.
And you know what? It takes creativity
Yeah.
to come up with the concept. And like you said, find the guitar first. What I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Who's gonna make this happen? Obviously, you had the guys, but when you're talking about these little details
Yeah.
and the stuff there.
And then what's funny is, he's a big car guy. This is off a Chevy Bel Air. One was stuck out too far for the guitar. One was small. But this is a Ford V8 logo. So,
Okay.
I mean, it's fine. And it fits a little different because you know that Gibson's headstocks are a little bit shaped different than Epiphones, even though this is the newer one that looks more
Right.
like the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Let's take it. And I'll be making some takes to show you the guitars. But this is a definitely. Now, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
I know your guitars are not for sale.
No.
But if you decide to sell this guitar,
Yeah.
what will be the market value? Because number one, this is unique because there's another
unique.
one like this one.
There isn't. This one, I think, would probably be one of the lowest for market value because it's a very select group of people that would be interested in a chrome guitar.
Right.
And since there's only one picture of him playing it,
Right.
it's not going to be associated with James,
Right.
right? Without me, here's the picture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think, I might be able to maybe double the value of an Epiphone, which isn't a lot.
Yeah, but why I'm asking this question, because look, this, and the whole chrome thing.
Yeah.
It
Cost
ain't
me way
cheap.
more.
Exactly.
than
It
the
ain't
guitar's
cheap,
worth.
number one.
Yeah.
And the time, the effort,
Yeah.
the creativity, because it's a unique guitar.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm asking that, because
Yeah.
when I do like modifications on
Right.
guitars or projects like this, to me adds value. It's like you're
Right.
not gonna find a guitar like this
Right.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Because this was
You're not.
original, custom made
Right.
by you.
Right.
Yeah.
You can go out and have it done, sure. And when I
trust me.
sold my LTD, that was one of the things. I sold it for a little bit more than an LTD
You have
worth
to. You have
because
to.
it's unique.
Right.
And a lot of people said, well, that's just too much for an LTD. That's fine.
Right.
I can go out and make one. You can.
Yeah. Go
Do it.
Show me.
It's
when,
fine.
Show me when it's done and tag me.
Yeah.
Or post
it's fine.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why I'm asking this question, I'm going to wrap this up. People might say it's just an Epiphone Silverburst. It's not. It's not, because this is being modified.
Right.
It's like the cars that, like you mentioned, a Chevy that's been modified is not the same as a Chevy that's just at the dealer.
Right.
Like, what did you do? What extras did you put? This one has a
Right.
lot of extras.
Yeah.
Beautiful job, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful job.
No problem.
I really like it. All right, okay. You have many snake bites.
I love snake bites. I love the shape, the feel. So this is the gloss black normal stock
Okay.
item. Yep.
Let's get it out so they see it.
Yeah.
So James has ESPs. Like, again, nothing wrong with LTD.
No.
I have my first guitar was an LTD Snakebyte that I made it Silverburst.
Oh, I've seen that one. That's beautiful.
Exactly. And look, it's my favorite guitar, but now it's the first time that I'm, holding an ESP, a real, not real. It's like an ESP versus an LTD. And this one, the ESPs comes with this black, right?
Yeah, they're little battery trays.
Yeah.
Ashtrays
Awesome.
that hold the battery, so you don't have to unscrew the.
Super cool. Look at that. And, black, man, it's classy.
Yep, and it's gloss black, which they don't make anymore.
Exactly. That was
Right.
about to ask you because all these snake bites that we see is that like They are not like.
They're the satin black. If it's black, it's going to be satin black.
Look at that. Okay,
Yeah.
hold that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Look,
I mean, the satin's nice,
yeah,
but after you play it for a long time,
it starts.
you start getting shiny right here from your
Right.
arm.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, and then of course I put brushed black pickups in it so they're not shiny, and I satin coated all the hardware. That's one thing I don't understand. If you buy an LTD Vulture,
Okay.
it comes with satin hardware.
Already.
Yeah, but if you buy the ESP, it's gloss.
Oh, really?
Why put gloss hardware on a satin guitar?
Right.
I don't know. So I spray it myself.
And these pickups, how did you bought them like that? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the het set comes in they call that black chrome.
Okay. That's the ones I
Yeah,
have. Uh-huh.
and those were the ones that come with every one, and then these are the brush black.
Brush blacks. Look at this, guys. Look at these two guitars.
Yeah.
They are beauties. Both of them are beauties. I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Go
you
ahead.
for showing me here, right?
Yeah, anywhere, doesn't matter.
All right.
I have extra ones.
Okay.
So
Thank you for showing me the
And then-
the glossy and the other
yeah,
one.
this is the other standard model, the white. This was actually my first brand new ESP.
Okay.
All the other ESPs that were used. This one I ordered new, and it was my first brand new one. And it plays amazing.
Okay. This
Yeah.
is the ESP Snakebyte. This is made in Japan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I really love the battery thing, man.
And the play is perfect because there's no neck dive in it. They're very balanced. I like heavy guitars. The ESPs seem to be a little bit heavier than the LTDs, but I think it's because of the mahogany wood. They try to do, I think this is a 3-piece or 2-piece, whereas the others are 3-piece. I don't know. And then of course, there's the ones that you don't.
Let's talk about the projects, because the projects are fun.
The
like,
projects are fun.
Like I remember when I don't know what video was. Where we saw this one, and the first time I saw there's this masterclass.
Yeah.
Metallica did a masterclass, and James was playing this guitar
Yes.
on that video.
Right.
Yes. There was pictures
Yes.
before of him recording, I don't know, Hardwire maybe?
Hardwired, I believe. Yeah.
But he came out with this Snakebyte.
Yep.
And I was like, I even got this guy, in Ecuador, this luthier guitar builder, sent pictures.
Yeah.
But you beat me. You got it done first.
Yeah.
And I never did mine.
You
but-
should do one. I mean, it's so unique and so cool to do. So this started its life as a black.
So this was a black ESP.
ESP.
Okay.
Yep. I sent it over to my buddy Rhino.
Okay.
He's a well-known painter. And
Car painter, right?
Car painter.
Right.
Yep. He's done like Trick My Truck and Paint
Yeah.
My Ride and West
You
Coast
can find
Customs.
him on Instagram. And crazy stuff that he does in cars.
Amazing. He's done
Right.
3 or 4 guitars for
Yeah.
me. So he did this. He sprayed the pickups, sprayed the hardware. We didn't do the bridge just because there's a lot of moving parts there, and I didn't want the paint flaking
Right.
out. But painted the ESP logo, the tuners. And when I sent it to him, all I had were screenshots from that masterclass.
Right.
But while he was in the middle of sanding it, the book came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
So when the book came out, I said, "Hey, have you started painting it?" He said, "No." I said, "Hold off."
Let me
So
read it. You bought
wait until
a
the book comes out.
Right.
So I bought a shop book and gave it to him.
Yeah.
And then he was able to get better pictures of it to get it more accurate.
Yeah.
And there's a great video on Instagram of him doing it, getting the marks in it, how he sprayed paint remover while the paint was still wet to get the spots in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Like a
really
breakdown
cool.
how he did it.
Yeah.
Look at the details. And these
Yeah.
are the guitars, like, to me, this is like fun doing.
It's
Because like everything is a vision coming
It
from
is.
you. Like you're like, only James has this guitar.
Right.
And you're like, I'm gonna have it
yeah.
too.
I don't know if that pisses him off or
I don't
not,
think
but,
so.
Hey,
After reading, after reading the book, the what's it called, Challengers,
Messengers.
Messengers.
Yeah.
Sorry, maybe it's the camera.
Yeah.
Messengers. He said, like, you gotta make your guitar your own.
Yeah.
Make it your own. Bring the screwdriver. Put some
Right.
things there, and I was like, he's right.
Yeah.
He's right because
but
this
then
is
here I am making him his. You know, so
right.
yeah.
But to me, this
Yeah.
is not James. This is
Right.
James guitars because James has his own.
He does.
And you're a fan
I'm a
of the
huge
music,
fan.
huge
Yeah.
fan of the brand, and I was like, I want to have my own guitar, and honestly, it has more value.
Yeah.
Because when it's done, when it's at home, it's like, man, it's been months.
Yeah.
Years in
It's
the
like
making.
a new guitar. So
Exactly.
you get it first and you're like, oh, I
Right.
got a new guitar.
Right.
And then it's gone for a month and a half and you come back, you're like, I got a new guitar.
I got it. And yes, and it's the journey, you know.
It
It's
is.
like, now, let me ask you a question on the paint on
Yep.
the pickups.
Right.
Didn't affect the sound or anything like that?
It sounds a little thumpier,
Okay.
a little more bass,
Okay.
but it sounds really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like the special edition ones from EMG,
Right.
the Nash pickups they
Right.
came out with. To me, they sound thumpier. Could
Okay.
be the paint just
Oh,
giving it
okay.
a little bit.
You know, I haven't installed mine
Okay.
yet, so I haven't tried it. But yeah, kind of. I wanted
Yeah.
to ask that because a lot of
does.
people, or painters, they're like, I can paint it, but I don't know what's gonna.
He was a little iffy on it too, and I said,
Right.
no. I've watched the interview. James even said he thought it would sound like crap, and it sounds amazing.
Right.
And I'm like, just paint it.
right.
And if it sounds like crap, I'll play a different one.
Look, exactly. There are many. So the Messenger's book, you know, it gave me a different perspective
Yeah.
of how you see your guitars. You know,
Right.
any guitar, like
Yeah.
a custom shop or signature
Yeah.
or whatever. You can push it, right?
Yeah. On the bottom. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He even painted those for me.
Yeah,
Yep.
very cool. Yeah, I remember seeing in his shop.
Yeah.
And yeah, he shared the story with the book. Okay, here's the Camo. Is this the one you did or the
No, this
real
is
ESP?
the real ESP. So
Yeah.
here, you hold that one. So with the chase, I love camo. My wife was in the military for 22 years.
Oh, okay.
So there's a big connection with camouflage here, and it was unique. You saw him playing this, although he only played it for a short time.
Right.
It's just
Oh, he did.
beautiful.
That was a short time.
Yeah, and I know he broke a knob, and Chad, his guitar tech, fixed it with a plate.
Okay.
But I love camo, and so I had a black. This is an LTD. This was a satin black, and you can see the colors are off. But this is done off of images we found online. So this was a black LTD. I had him save the serial and everything, paint around it, and it's kind of cool how that.
Who did
fit.
that? This job is great. Who
This
did
job is fantastic. If you look at the pattern is spot on.
Right.
The colors are off because
Right.
the printer, right? You got to print these pictures off the internet, but I really like this color
Right.
pattern.
Yeah.
That's why I haven't sold
Yeah, this one is. I was about to say, is this one for sale?
it. No, no.
You got this one.
There's a guy called Manny. He's a car pinstriper. He's
Oh yeah, the one in San Diego, right?
El Cajon.
Oh yeah, El Cajon. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, he did it, and he did an amazing job. So I still have the LTD. I'm not going to get rid of it because
Yeah,
the color is so unique.
Exactly. The color
color's awesome.
Actually, I like this color more than this one.
Kind of do too.
Yeah. Yeah. This one
Yeah.
this one looks more like the case on this one.
Yeah, and this one looks more like forest camo. This looks
Yeah.
like desert camo.
Right. Oh yeah. You know what? That's
yeah.
right. That's good. A good analogy. But look at this too. Here,
Yeah.
right here. Yeah, actually, this has to be the picture for the thumbnail because this is nice. This is very cool.
Yeah.
All right.
So, that's the end of the snake bites, but, the start of the camo is a good transition to another custom one. James only played this a few times,
Right.
and there's only internet pictures of this, and
I saw that one. Sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah,
but
no.
I'm sure you guys have seen this guy. When there's a rare, weird guitar that James Hedfield showed up in
Yeah.
whatever concert, you're
I'm
there.
looking at
like,
it. I'm
bam.
looking at it. I'm seeing,
And you start like, okay, next project is in.
Especially being camo.
Right.
And so this started its life as a black satin ESP, Rhino, same guy that did the copper bite, painted it.
Look at this.
It turned out wonderful. I wanted to save the cereals as much as possible, so I had him just stop right there on this because it kind of fit in since it was black anyway.
I love this part, man.
Yeah.
This is like the whole thing. If you guys take a look, sometimes I say, when I saw this one, sometimes I said, looks better than James's.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me. When I saw it, I was like, man.
I think the difference though is, you know, I'm not on the road like he is. So his do get beat up, which you know is cool. I mean, if my guitar got beat up because of the road, it's fine. I can show you my original bass I got in '96. I was devastated when it got scratched, but now it's kind of cool because
those are like marks, and that's what James says on the book on Messengers. So like you know you need to put like the miles on it.
Right, you do.
And it's part of it. The sweat, the you know the fall, the whole thing.
Yeah.
This is a nice one, man.
Yeah, and then I painted the ashtray cover black, even though I put a white sticker on the back that says 24.
And you put the pickups as well.
I did.
How many did you get? You're the one that crashed the website.
I did not. So
look at he has the limited edition EMGs.
I bought a set.
How many sets did you get?
4.
Okay.
And I ended up selling 1, but I sold it for what I paid for it. Because I can't stand people that buy these limited things and then
and sell it for 3 times more.
Yeah, it was like $400 online new, and people were selling for $2,000 the next day.
Okay.
And when I decided I didn't want it, I sold it to a buddy from the Facebook groups for what I paid for it with tax and shipping. Just let me break even, and I'm fine.
Here it goes. Now you mentioned the Facebook groups. What groups can they find you?
The main one that I'm in is...
You just started one, right? What's the name of it?
Yeah, oh my gosh. The new one is, we'll just put this right here.
Okay.
Guitars, basses, drums, and amps of Metallica.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll put the links there so you guys can follow these guys.
Because it's kind of like everything.
Yeah. Look, if you guys are a guitar aficionado, Metallica fan, ESP fan, follow this guy.
Yeah, the main one is the guitars of James Hetfield, but I also have some Kirk stuff. I have a Robert bass. I've got the drum set.
Right.
So we started one, a couple of friends, you and everyone. It's just everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Metallica fans. Okay, let's keep it going. Okay.
Yeah, so now your favorite.
Yeah, my favorite. The 72.
This was a satin black, same as that one was.
So you got it glossy.
So yeah, I sent it to a good friend of mine, John over at Insane Skins. This is a decal.
It doesn't feel like a decal.
Well, because he throws it on and then he clears over it.
Oh, okay.
So it will never peel. It will never come up and then he glossed over it. The gloss looks amazing. I did spend a fortune. That's a joke on yellow paint.
Yellow paint.
To try to find the exact yellow, because I have more yellow spray paint now than I need to try to find the right yellow to match it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's another
I would
thing.
test. I would test
it.
The
right yellow.
The right yellow.
Look at this, guys. This is one of my favorites.
It's fun, man.
It's kind of like you guys the most recent record, and you see James playing with it, and like you're on it, and it's there, and it's great to have the opportunity to have it, here. And look, the guy that made this, you can feel it like this is like flawless.
It's flawless. It came that way. The yellow is still a little off, but it was as close as I could get.
But it's great, Ben.
Yeah.
And this is a Vulture, right?
Vulture, yep. And then of course the standard
ESP.
ones.
And here, look at this, 72.
72.
This sounds awesome, man.
When they did the TikTok play along video teasing the new record.
Okay.
I did a stitch using this one because I was hoping James would see that I had it. Yeah. I didn't have this one yet, of course. We didn't know about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
But you did with this one.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has seen your work, man. I'm sure. hopefully.
That's getting a little close to that guy.
All right.
And then, of course, the other two Vultures are their standard colors that they
Right.
give out.
Right.
The satin black, I just got this one. I ordered it because I use my satin black for this.
Right.
So, of course, my OCD, I have to have it.
Yeah, you gotta
And
have
then
it.
the white one, I actually got, I was the first one to get.
What type of white is this one? Olympia?
This one is called Olympic white.
Olympic white.
Yeah,
okay.
instead of the snow
Right,
white.
Right.
So it's off-white.
It's kind of like creamy a little bit.
My
right?
ESP, my Sweetwater rep talked to ESP, and they're like, oh, we know this guy. We're going to make sure he gets the first one.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, I got it the second day they were officially released for pre-order. Mine came in. Yeah.
Good.
So it was cool to be like one of the first to get it.
Of course.
But,
Okay,
yeah.
let's, out of those two Vultures, let's get, if it's not too much trouble, one out just to show it.
Okay. Well, we saw the
yeah.
box.
Yeah,
Let's-
this one. This is the Olympic.
This is, and
I
it's
really
gloss
like the color.
versus the satin.
You guys see the color? It's a
Yeah.
little different, from the, you call it Snow White? Yeah, this
Right.
I really like because this is kind of like the white of the
Right.
the.
I mean, you
yeah,
can
see
really
difference.
see the difference in
Yeah,
the whites.
this one's a little creamy.
Right.
This kind of like the ESPs, MXs.
Yep.
Back in the day, I would say even the Gibsons.
Yeah, the
Force,
yellow
Yeah, the
over time.
yellow, the rotten egg.
I've never heard that one. But yeah.
My brother told me that. I was like, don't buy. I had the opportunity to buy that original 1984. And
Yeah.
he was like, that looks like a rotten egg, man.
Oh, man.
Why would buy? And I listened to him. I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
He got two. This guy, what's his name? Caleb. He was on the groups. And
Okay.
we became friends. And he's like, hey, I have the 1984 original and this Gibson E2 or
Oh, wow.
on my storage, and I'm gonna sell it. I'll let you know. I have the pictures, man, and I bought the other one. My brother told me looks like a rotten egg. I was like, but that's the beauty of it,
Right,
Because
right.
of the year. That's like it's like when you go see the 1978 Silverbirds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's like the color is
The
different.
color's different.
Different. The Silverbirds,
is.
the Adam Jones type
Yeah.
of stuff.
It's got like a green haze on it.
I
It's
remember
gorgeous.
this guy was
Yeah.
a friend of mine. If you're watching this, telling this story, and he was trying to sell it to me. I was like, I don't know, man. It's 1978. 1978 or 1979.
I don't know which one.
The Adam Jones, the Les Paul, the Gibson.
Yeah, I don't know if it's 78 or
I don't know, 78 or 79. I don't know. The camera is getting me a little
Yeah.
nervous. I'm a little. Anyway, but I told him, hey, man, the color is usually that guitar from that year, the color kind of tends to fade.
Right.
Or get a little yellowish or,
Yeah.
or greenish. But yours looks like brand new. So I was like, no
Yeah.
thanks. It's like,
Yeah.
Anyway, so your project,
Which
this
one?
one right here.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about, cheap guitars that you make into good stuff. I mean, this is an Edwards. It came, attention to detail, right? It came as a cherry red because his was red first.
Right.
But when you look at Edwards white guitars, the inlays are block.
Okay.
His doesn't have block inlays. So, and then you look at the black ones, but the black ones have some pinstriping. So the only one that looked right was the cherry red. So I found a cherry red. I painted it myself.
When you said it that you painted it yourself, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, because it looks great, man. You did
Yeah.
a pretty good job.
I was debating on sending it to my buddy Rhino, but I said, you know what? I'm going to do this one myself. I want something that I've done 100% myself.
And I love you put your last name.
Well, I'm good friends with Larry, the guy that made these designs for James. So I don't want to copy his designs, and I did do a couple things different. James has the H at the top. I put the J for Jim, and it happens J James. But he has two of these, right? And if you look in the book, they're numbered 1 and 2.
Right.
So on the back, I put number 3.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this.
And Larry gave me a great idea of using the 3 off of his his special strings.
Oh,
So
okay.
I took the 3 off the 36.
Okay, that one's right.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Okay, I love this part. I really love it. Like this,
Yeah.
different color. This is the cherry, and you did the.
I that was an accident.
Oh, really?
When I was sanding it, I went too far,
Well,
but I kind of like it.
But it's a nice accident.
Yeah, it is.
Looks,
it is.
Yeah, it's like this one
Yeah,
here.
yeah. I went a little too dark, and then I did everything else with Dremel.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at this. Honestly, man, I'll give you the credit for being that you painted this one and this.
And I cleared it.
Look, you did
Start to finish.
You did an amazing job on this one.
Thank you.
Look at this. Great. So
Yeah, I haven't added the XXX here, and I'm not going to do the Bastardine sticker.
right.
But I even went as far
really
as
love this part. This is my
custom
favorite
ordering the tuners.
Okay.
Because Spurzl doesn't make these very often, these buttons. But if you looked at his buttons were this style. So I called Spurzl and said, I need to order this style. They said, sure.
Awesome, man. How long did it take you to do this?
It took a long time just because of life. But
Right.
all in all, time working on it, maybe a month and a half. I mean, I even drilled a hole here and added another screw because there was a screw in there.
Nice job on this one, man.
Yeah.
And they have the EMGs, the headsets.
Yeah, I have headsets in almost everything. Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, do you want to show us one of your Kirks? Like,
Sure. I'm a big purple guy, so these hooks have been sticking lately. So, I am not a lead guitar player, so they're a little dusty.
Right.
I'm a rhythm guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
This is the LTD version because I just can't see spending that kind of money,
money
on
on
$25,000 for
for the ESP.
for
That's,
the ESP.
that's the market value of the ESP.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just can't do it.
Yeah. Good thing I like James.
Exactly.
Look at this. Really nice.
I got the pickup covers from a guy in Germany that was making them. Color matched really good. You know, Kurt's pickups.
Oh, okay. That's what he did. Yeah. That's why
Kurt's
I was
pickups
looking.
are
Like,
actually painted, but
Right.
these are just covers that
covers.
go over it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you find all these creators? Because you have some great ideas, but you need to find someone that can put it in place. But you're pretty good at finding those people.
The groups are a good place. That's where I met the guy from Germany that did that. Friends from high school introduced me to some of the painters.
I like this. This is a sexy part. It looks
you know,
like
when I-
like a lady.
When I first
And the-
got
the
it,
skirt.
I was like, no wonder he's a shredder because this neck, how smooth it is.
Yeah.
It's made for shredding.
Yeah.
It is.
Really nice. Yeah, this is the first time holding this guitar. And yeah, look
Of
at
course,
this.
I've got them open because I can't stand setting up Floyds.
Yeah. I hate
But
Floyds, man.
yeah, I can't stand. Kahlers are much better than Floyds.
Man, this is beautiful. I'm glad I asked you to.
It is. I really
this
like
one
it. I would like to have the actual pickups painted, but
Right.
to try to match the sparkle is just, you have to send the guy the entire guitar and the pickups for him to paint it.
And the guy
Yeah.
sent this. Well, look, you're telling me the story. I put in
Yeah.
more attention now.
Yeah.
But without the story, it's like perfect.
I tried stickers first. The pickup stickers, they looked awful.
Right.
Awful.
But this is a nice one. This is the first time I'm seeing this type of guitar. I mean, the Kirk Hammett's really nice, man. Really sexy,
It is.
classy. Nice.
It is. And it's got, well, no, this one doesn't. One of the Kurt's other ones has scallop frets. This one doesn't.
No.
No.
Super nice. And it feels really good. I'm
Yeah.
sure it plays.
And then I have the
plays
red one
great.
as well.
You got the red one.
I don't have the other ones just because I'm not a big Kurt collector.
Right. Now, I want to share something that you said. The Facebook groups, it's a great place to meet great people.
It is.
Creators, we met through Facebook. Now
Yeah.
we're here at your house, but I think it's great. It's a great community,
Yes,
and
it is.
I really encourage you to join those groups. if you're passionate about guitars. If you're the guy that's gonna get your anger and this, don't go there.
Yeah,
stay
don't do
stay
that.
home. Stay
We
on
don't
your
need
computer.
that.
Play video games at
Play
home.
video games.
All right, what is this one? Oh,
The
this one
Grinch.
is okay. The Grinch. Okay.
This is the LTD. This is the only version they made. They only made LTD. They made, I think, 300.
Okay.
The rumor is that a case fell off the ship on the way to Australia, and 60 guitars were lost. So there's
Really?
only 240 supposedly.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. If
I'm
that's
sure
true.
someone found those guitars.
I'm sure they didn't really fall into the ocean.
It's like what happened to the again the Adam Jones that the guitars that got
Yes,
stolen.
they got stolen.
Yeah,
Yes.
the ones that got stolen.
So don't send hate mail if it's not a true story. That's just a rumor I heard about
exactly.
this guitar.
Remember, guys, these are just conversations. Don't start with shit because I will fucking delete you. Okay, this is great.
Yeah, this is cool.
The Grinch.
The Grinch.
This is what era? Like
This was don't hate me. I think it was Saint Anger.
Saint Anger?
Yeah, I think it was Saint Anger. It's all a blur to me. So I am it.
I like the.
Yes.
Okay, let me show it to you guys.
The flame job on that is amazing.
Oh yeah.
And this is another baritone, so it's 27-inch scale.
Oh, it's a baritone too.
It is.
It
I
doesn't
have it
feel like
tuned
one.
to
Okay.
open C.
Okay.
I know that's not a tuning Metallica uses, but I like to tune. The joy of having so many is I get to experiment with all the tunings.
Great.
Because,
know
like
what?
you have to set the neck relief, you have to set
Right.
it up differently on every tuning. So
And you
can't
do
go back
all
and
that
forth.
stuff, right?
I do.
Yeah. I'm always stick to my guy.
Except
Guitar
for
Center.
Floyd's.
Yeah.
I don't like Floyd's.
Yeah. No, I know you're hands-on on a lot of stuff. I'm seeing, what you do.
Yeah.
And definitely you did like an awesome job on that guitar. Okay, what else
Do
we
you
have?
want to see the Gibsons?
All right, let's do the Gibsons. Let's do the Gibsons, the reissue 1984
1984.
that was released on Christmas 2023.
It hasn't been that long.
That's been that long.
So as soon as these were released, I ordered 2. And Gibson actually called and said, "Did you mean to order 2?" I said, "No, I did." Okay. So this one I made into the So What.
Is the sticker?
I know there's 2 versions of it, one without this one and one without this one, right? But I like them both. So
Right.
I even put the gaffer's tape on the back.
Right.
I changed it to locking tuners because I think it should be illegal not to have locking tuners.
Tuners.
But I went round and round with writing "So What" in there.
You did this, right?
I did.
You even bought a special knife or something for that?
No, I just
got a knife.
used my knife. And,
Okay.
But it was like, my wife and I were trying to trace it on, and it didn't look right with Sharpie, didn't look right with pen. So I broke out the knife and said, screw it. And she came out, and the guitar was brand new, just out of the case. And I'm out there with a knife. And she's like, what are you doing?
I saw the pictures, and I told him when I got here, I said, look, man, the guitars look way better than the pictures, obviously.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, the pictures, you need a better camera. But because this one is a great job. So I remember that day when these guitars came out, Jim posted the link.
Yes.
These ones are out. It was like, I don't know, 10 p.m., 11 p.m., and I got the link because, remember, they released the black version, the 84s, and Flying Bee, like months later, before?
Before,
Like,
and those were available everywhere.
everywhere.
These were only
This
on
was
Gibson.
only on Gibson online.
Yeah.
So I saw Jim's post on Facebook. I go and, it was Christmas time. I already got a couple guitars. So I was like, oh man, what do I do? I got it on the cart, but I didn't buy it. I said, I'll buy it tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
5 a.m. in the morning, I woke up. The car was still, the guitar hit, buy, sold out.
Sold out.
Nothing. I started getting my FOMO. I ride my guy, Matt, on Gibson Garage. And he was like, what are you talking about? What guitars?
Right.
Trust me, find out. I was like, we have 0 guitars here. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
He did his research and said, you know what? Yeah, you're right. There was like special surprise, whatever. And they were sold out. Lucky for me, I said, man, I don't know what you're gonna do. You're gonna find a guitar. He find me one. Okay, here's the other one because remember the more beer thing.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you kept it with the.
I changed the pickups
Yeah.
on this one, not on that one.
Oh,
so
awesome.
I kept it the way it was, and
Okay.
again, lock-in
Yeah.
tuners.
Looking tuners.
But they kept coming and going. So a week later, they would be back in stock, and they'd sell out again in an hour.
Right.
And that happened for months. It was like that.
It was like that. But
Yeah.
you know what? I tell you this. You were very generous on sharing that link. And I believe on gratitude, and I believe on paying forward, because I got mine, and I started telling people, get it on the Gibson Garage.
Right.
Call the Gibson Garage and talk to my...
Yep.
But that's what all the groups are all about.
It is. A lot of people try to hide
Contribution,
that.
exactly. Contribution. I'm not going to buy it, you buy it.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
and that's how it is. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
let's have fun, you know, like, let's be a community.
Yep.
This one nice. I like this. Where did you get this? Did you get it on eBay?
No,
I like
this
this one.
This is just gaffer's tape that I traced using an iPad.
Okay.
And then I got the sticker from, there's a guy in Russia that sells all the stickers.
Oh, okay.
So he does this. He has a sticker for more beer. He has the
Right.
fuck 'em up. He has the.
Oh,
He has
okay.
all the stickers
All
for
the stickers.
everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyone that's watching this that's on the Facebook groups knows
Right.
the guy I'm talking about.
Right. And
yeah.
this is the order from EMG, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
these are the originals?
No, the originals
No,
were,
they came the other ones. Yeah,
were
yeah, yeah.
black, speed knobs.
The typical.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
the speed knobs. These things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, this is awesome. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What else? What we got? Okay, let's go there with the pyrography from that one.
Okay. So this is a custom-made Explorer. The guy that made this is a really good friend of mine, the guitar maker. He's out of San Diego. Unfortunately, he doesn't make them anymore.
Did he get that season desist?
He did. So
Okay.
luckily, I got a couple guitars from him before he got a cease and desist from Gibson. So,
Look at this.
you know,
This-
he's RRR guitars.
Beautiful. You know
Beautiful.
which guitar we're talking about here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really nice. This was
For those that want to track down the picture of this guitar online, I was allowed to post a picture on it. You can go figure it out yourself.
right. Exactly. You want to do something like this? Figure it out.
Yeah.
Get do a like pyrography or
Yeah.
course or something.
That's all I'm going to say
Exactly. Right.
And
All
then
right.
this is the second one that I got from Rob before he got his cease and
So
desist.
what are R stands for, Rob? What?
It's his name,
Okay.
Robert Robinson, and he's the third.
Oh, so that's
So
what.
it's the three
R.
guitar.
Okay.
And yeah, he got a cease and desist, so he's no longer making them. Ever since the first day I saw this guitar, I wanted it. When I saw James play, this is one of my favorite that
He
he's
played
ever
this
pulled.
one when? Remember the first
Justice
time?
Tour.
Justice Tour.
Well, the after the Justice Tour. I'm sorry. It
Oh,
was like
okay.
06.
That far.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking about it because on the song that I know he's playing it on, it was Harvester of Sorrow. So
Oh, okay.
Justice.
Okay.
But Rob sent the neck out to have the real inlays done.
I
So
was
it's-
about to
it's
ask you
the
about
real
the
inlays.
inlays. Look at the inlays, guys. Those
Yeah.
are the inlays. The actual, I mean, the skull, the whole thing,
Yeah.
right? Look at that.
Yeah, I don't know who his guy is that did that, but he did an amazing job
Oh,
on
so
it.
he got it done for you.
He got the neck done for me, and
Okay.
then he built the guitar. And then it was painted by Rhino.
Okay.
Off of pictures.
Rhino painted this.
Yes.
The graphics.
The graphics.
So
Well,
this
he
was done
painted-
by RRR.
It was all white.
Oh,
When I
okay.
gave it, I mean, it was all wood when I
wood,
gave it to
okay.
Rhino. So he painted it white
All right. Okay.
and then painted the graphics on it, and then Rob buffed it out.
All right, man. That's pretty awesome. And look,
It's one of my favorite.
yeah, and this is the beauty of getting things done, modified, finding these, guitar builders. They
Right.
have, the skills, the talent, the passion, same as the ones that we like, our guitars. and it's like there's so many people involved. That's what I like.
There is.
Because you're searching for talent.
Yes.
You know, that can put this into together.
Right.
But everything starts with your ideas.
It plays
of, you know,
this thing plays like
something similar.
Like, I can't say it plays better than ESPs, but it's damn close. It probably plays the same. I mean, this thing is just butter playing it. It's
Okay.
one of the smoothest guitars you'll ever play.
He's still making other guitars, right?
He's still making other guitars. He's just not doing any
Explorers
Explorers
anymore. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately.
All right. Okay, let's do.
Okay, let's do these two. These two are special.
Okay, let me grab.
Which one do you want?
This one. All right. Look at this. All right. Tell us about these guitars.
These are, well, this is a Truckster, which is these guys, these black and gray ones, that was modified by James Hutchinson.
That's the guy that did the pickups, right?
No, that's Nash.
Nash. Okay.
So the rumor is, again, rumors, the rumor is that he made one of these for James each.
Right.
And then he was making them for the public that would send in their guitars and have it done. This one was made off of an Eclipse, an ESP Eclipse. That's why the knobs are different.
Oh, okay.
Because the guy that had it made liked the ebony fretboard better than the rosewood.
Okay.
But so the rumor is that James got a little upset. He was making them for the public, asked him to stop. He said, no, they're not anything special. It's my design.
Right.
And it got ugly.
Oh, really?
So he did stop making them. These are the last ones, serial 5 and 5 of the one he got, and I have the certs for him.
And you got them.
Yeah, well, I got them from a friend, again, on the Facebook groups, who...
Everything happens on Facebook, guys.
You know, the guy that I bought these from, thank you, you know who you are. I've bought, 6, 7 guitars from him. So he's a really good friend.
Oh, I can tell.
Yeah.
Man, these are uniques.
They are. They're, like I said, there's only 5.
I love these pickups, man. Look at this.
Yeah, he did those pickups.
Look at that job.
Yeah. And yeah, he's a really cool guy. He does a lot of woodworking.
Hutchinson is here in LA?
No, he's in Europe.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
I mixed up. But anyway, I'm sure you guys seen these guitars. I really love the way they work on the pickups.
He does. He has an Explorer on his website that has like Viking inscriptions and everything. It's amazing. This guy is phenomenal.
And these are ESPs, right?
These are ESPs. That's
So
an ESP Eclipse. This is a Truckster.
So ESPs, and so this guy modified
Modified it for
Right.
James. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. Like I said, I don't know if it's true, but that's the rumors online.
Okay, rumors.
Yeah.
Internet police, don't come like, oh, that's not true. Well, share the facts then.
Yeah.
All right, what else we have?
What do you want to see?
Oh, this one.
This one?
Yeah.
This was the first guitar I customized. Well, the first ESP.
Okay.
So this was the first ESP that I actually owned. It was used. That was the first new one. And I bought it because, you know, they got sued for having the 4 knobs.
Okay.
And they had to stop, and that's why the Eclipses only have 3. You know, Gibson didn't like it. So they changed it. But so this is what they call the lawsuit era, pre-lawsuit. Okay. It came with all black hardware. It was pretty beat up. And I have a sticker machine. So I cut out a stencil, put it on there, and spray painted the gold stripe.
I like it. When I came in, I saw it. I was like, man, I really like the iron cross that you.
The black iron crosses that are available. They made 100 of them. You know, this version, but in black and gold. So it has the inlays where that one doesn't.
Right. But this is what got my attention.
Right.
You know, like
Yeah.
this is definitely.
Yeah, you can see it's a little different. And James doesn't like knobs at the top, but he likes how they look. So this is his knob.
Oh, okay.
Since this one came that way, I like having knobs at the top, like I said, so I left it.
Yeah.
And actually, I've rewired all of them to where this is the real one, this is the fake one.
Oh, got it.
Because I like them at the top.
Right. And again, going back, it's your guitar. You do whatever you
guitar.
want on
Yeah.
your guitar. You know, this is not like, oh, it has to be like that. It has to be the way you want it to be.
You know,
It's your
my
guitar.
first white iron cross, it was an LTD. I actually rewired the whole thing and put 4 knobs in it because I wanted 2 tones and 2 volumes. You know how much crap I got for that? They're like, oh, it's a fake guitar. No, I did it. I know
did
it's
it.
not fake.
I did it because I want it that way. Okay.
I want it that way.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
how it is. I really like the job you did on this one.
Thank you.
I've seen, you know.
I haven't scuffed it up, you know, like his
I like
is,
it. It's
but
like
I kind of
really
like it that way.
I like it.
Yeah.
All
And,
right.
here, you can put that one back.
All right.
This one's a recent one. It's the JH3. I think this is his first Les Paul body he released as a signature model.
Oh, this one I haven't seen.
Yeah.
This one. Okay.
He his JH1 is the Flying
Look at
V's. JH2 is the Diamond Plate Explorers, and then the JH3 is this one.
This one is nice.
It's really nice. It was kind
Yeah.
of basic, so I don't think it went over well with the general public. But it's full thickness.
Yeah, I like it.
It doesn't have the belly cut, which I like. Where you know these have the belly cut. You can see, you know.
oh, okay.
You know,
Got it.
I like them without the belly cut, but you know I am a little overweight, so that does help. But
Yeah, you know what? But this one is nice, man.
It is
I
nice.
I haven't seen this one.
yeah,
No.
this was a recent one I just picked up.
Oh, really nice. I
Yeah.
like it. And
Wasn't planned.
Oh,
Wasn't planned. It's
was
just
that-
something
oh,
that
this
popped,
one I was like wasn't planned.
it popped up online from a guy I know, and so I reached out to him and I was like, all right, yeah, let's do it. And then it had gold here, but black pickups. But then he changed it.
When this was released, do you know the year?
I don't remember.
But like, this is nice. I
Yeah.
like it. It's like, you know, little classy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean,
gold,
it was kind of
black.
like his era where he went through that car phase.
right.
and,
Okay.
you know, pinstriping, but he
Right.
did change it to the amber knobs and the gold pickup, so I changed it that because I like that look a lot better.
Right.
Which is odd because I normally hate gold on my
Looks nice.
guitars.
All right. Now, can we do this one again? Just
Yes.
to see the back.
Yeah.
I always seen these guitars, but
So
this is
you'll
the first
see
time
that
that
has different
you know.
pickups in it as well.
Yeah. Oh,
the national.
like I said, this guy crashed the EMG website.
I did not.
Now I know.
So my IT manager bought a set for me. A friend bought a set, and then I bought a set. And then, not knowingly, my wife bought me a set for Christmas.
For Christmas. Okay, so you got like
I knew I had 3 coming.
bombarded by
Yeah.
EMG limited edition headsets.
Yeah.
Man, honestly, man, really nice.
I love the
I
Trucksters.
always seen this on you know, on Facebook,
Yeah.
but this is the first time I'm seeing it. Nice, man, really nice.
Yeah, I
Really cool.
really love the Trucksters a lot.
Really nice. All right.
I like the Les Paul body, right? I know they don't like
Right.
saying that because the fin is different, but
Right,
I mean,
no.
it's still kind of off the Les Paul.
Exactly.
The last one here is the purple Edwards.
I saw you got this one.
Yeah, a great friend of mine on the Facebook groups named you. He's an awesome dude
Oh yeah.
in Japan,
Yeah.
and these rarely come up. Talk about a guitar I could sell today. That's it. Yeah.
And yeah, and Edwards, you know, those are great guitars.
They're great guitars.
And same thing with Grassroots, because
Yeah.
Edwards, Grassroots belong to the same family.
Same company.
Same company, same family.
And Harley Benson,
Yeah.
they're owned by ESP as well.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
No, I didn't know that, but well, Grassroots,
Yep.
Edwards, and Edwards are great guitars. And you mentioned you.
This thing's heavy.
We're
Yeah, you. Yeah, I
We're
love
sending you Cox. And
Yeah.
Because you're a cool dude. If you want an ESP, that's the guy.
He knew I was looking for one. We talked about buying a couple Trucksters, and I ended up not buying them from him. Then I regretted it. But he knew that I wanted a purple one. One came up for sale, and I was like, all right, I don't know. Yeah, you can put it.
You
And,
put it. You do it.
And it sold. And I'm like, oh, man, I missed it. And he's like, yeah, they never come up. A week later, another one came up.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, it's yours.
Yeah. Okay.
That one is special.
Oh, that one over there?
Yeah, the gray Truckster.
Okay, let me grab it. All right.
I've verified this rumor as much as possible, but there's no certificate that can prove it.
Okay. This one is light.
It is light. It has gold
comparison
hardware.
with the other one.
Yeah. Gold hardware, gold frets. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what I verified with it, and you can feel the strings are super old, right?
Look at this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's totally different, right, than the other ones.
Yeah.
So this was built for James. James
Okay.
owned it for a little bit of time and then gave it away to someone who gave it away to someone who I bought it from.
Oh, wow.
So that's why the strings, no one's ever replaced the strings because James played them.
James played it is like,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
James played these strings.
Supposedly.
Bottom line, supposedly. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's the story behind this guitar.
The guy I bought it from is very, very, very truthful and honest. Mm-hmm. And the other people that know the story that were around back then all can verify it. But again, there's no piece of paper I can say, hey, look, James used to own this. So, but
Exactly. So it's kind of like there's no certificate of
No.
authenticity that he didn't sign a napkin saying, "Hey, I play this guitar."
Yeah.
But that's the story.
this one's going in a glass
Right.
case. I just haven't found a place to hang it yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's share some tips to people that are getting into collecting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why do you collect guitars? I'm gonna tell you this, Jim. What's the difference between this one and this one? To me, they look the same.
Yeah.
Or this one.
Yeah.
Why you need 4?
Well, the excuse I told my wife when I started this was different tunings, right?
Right.
It's nice to have some in E flat, right? Those are the two most common. But then, D. You got to have some in D. Sabbath True's in D.
Right.
There's a lot of debate on the thing that should not be. I believe it's in D.
Right. So
Yeah.
so that was the explanation, the tuning.
Yeah. The tuning. And then when you get into the different types of wood, the different shapes, how big they are, how dense they are, they do make a difference in sound. When I do recording, I don't play live. I haven't played live in 20 years. But I record a lot. And when I record, I know what sound I'm looking for, which guitar I'm going to pick up.
Okay.
If I want an awesome, awesome clean sound, I'm probably going with the white one right here.
With the white one, with the ESP, the
The
Snakebyte.
headset. But even though the headset is in all of these, for some reason this clean on this guitar sounds a
For
little
whatever
bit better.
reason. Okay.
So and then tuning is a big thing. If I want to jam along with Slayer, I have to have an E flat guitar.
Okay. That response was for the wife. Now give me the real response.
Oh, because they're different colors.
Yeah.
I gotta have them all because of my OCD.
Exactly. Like if you're a collector,
Yeah.
if you know why you get the
You know
next
why.
one.
You get
know
the
why.
bug.
Right.
Once you get the bug, it's over.
Exactly.
It's over.
I was talking to my guitar player friend yesterday, and he was saying, the bug is
bug.
there, and until you squash it, it's going to be
So,
there.
I convinced my wife when I bought my first Iron Cross, the LTD,
Okay.
that I've always wanted a Les Paul, and I love James. So I'm going to buy the Iron Cross because it's a Les Paul body,
Right.
right? Les Paul. And it's James, so I'll be good.
Right.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
Then I had to buy an Epiphone Les Paul Custom.
Right.
I loved it, but it wasn't a Gibson.
It wasn't a Gibson, so
I have
need
to have
get
a
the
Gibson. But that
Exactly.
was my dream, to have a Gibson Les Paul. So
Or it happens the opposite. You have the Gibson custom shop.
Yeah.
Now it's the Epiphone version
Right.
that you gotta have it.
you got to have it, yeah.
You gotta have it. You know how it is, guys.
Yeah, especially lately, Epiphones have been killer.
I wanted to ask this question. Now, let's go with this part of the wall. Now we're gonna talk about another part of your collection, which is this LTD series that they put out, I don't know how many years ago. Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, and Adjusted Album.
They released on the 30th anniversary. They only released these 3. We'll talk about the Justice in a little bit. So the Ride the Lightning guitar, I remember seeing when they put it out, and I was like, oh man, I want that so
How long
bad.
ago?
the 30th anniversary, so that was what, 80,
Oh, okay.
84?
2013
Yeah,
maybe?
2013-ish.
Some,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I'm like, yeah, one day, but $1,000 is so much money. You know?
Right.
And it is.
It was.
But, you know, fast forward to now, I actually got the Kill 'Em All first. It's the most easy one to find. They're all limited series,
Right.
but it seems to be the one that's out there the most.
Okay.
So I got that one, and unfortunately, I did pay more than $1,000 for them.
Of course.
Fast forward
Yeah,
later,
exactly.
right?
Fast
'Cause the
forward, you
market-
know, if you guys are collectors, you know that these are not $1,000.
No.
And don't say it. It was $1,000. Yes, back in the day, in
Back in the day,
2013,
yeah.
things appreciate. So
Big time. And they get
Right.
more rare because they get broken or they get damaged. Or,
exactly.
Yeah, so price just keeps going up. And then like the bug, you get one.
And
you
I need to ride the lightning now.
You have to have them all.
I need the master of puppets.
The Ride the Lightning was the hardest one to get. So I got the Master of Puppets, and I think that's my favorite out of all of them, but it could be just my connection to the album.
Right. But the graphic is really
The graphic
nice.
is awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
And they came with the Metallica and the as the inlays.
Oh,
they
so
came that way.
he came with the
Yeah.
oh, the inlays. I thought you were talking about the covers on the back. That
Oh,
was
no,
you.
no,
That
that
was
was
the
me.
strip.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. The inlays, Metallica. Okay.
Yeah. And then a buddy of mine that I met through the Facebook groups, he already had all three,
Right.
but he found one for sale locally, drove out and bought it, and then called me and said, "Do you want it?" before I put it up for sale.
Wow.
And I said,
okay.
"Yeah."
Facebook
So-
group again, right?
Facebook group, yeah.
Right.
So thank you very much. You know who you are. So yeah, I finally got the Ride the Lightning, and that is the hardest one to find for some reason. I don't know why.
Right.
It is beautiful. So-
Especially now that they just turned 48.
Right.
Right. It was
Yeah.
recently, right? Okay. And the master, yeah. But
Yeah.
look, those are on my to-do list.
Yeah.
Now I know that the Kill 'Em All is the easiest.
Yeah.
But definitely, guys, it's not $1,000
No.
market value right now, and it won't be, because there are limited edition guitars, and you know, it's directed for collectors.
Yeah.
Fortunately or
It is.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
For all of us. But okay.
So now
let's talk about this one.
the Justice.
The Justice.
The thing with this is it's not always about the value, right? We talk about how these guitars are expensive or you spend this much money. I wanted the 4, right? They never released a Justice one.
Oh, they never released
And
it.
I was like, they should have. I even, at the NAMM show one year,
You
I was,
asked?
no, a few years ago, I was talking to the president of ESP, and I showed him pictures of it. And I'm like, you guys should have released this. It's so cool. And I don't know why we didn't release it, right? You know,
Right.
that was a long time ago.
Right.
But, so what I did with this one, we can take this down. What I did with this one is I went out and bought LTD M10. This was a black guitar. It was kind of beat up. I sent it to a luthier that I know. He used to work for ESP USA.
Okay.
He took the original fretboard off, put an ebony one on, hand did the inlays. So
Look
I
at
have
this.
pictures of it, of him hand
Look at
cutting
this.
it.
And
It's crazy.
And sorry to interrupt
Yeah,
you.
no.
This is, you know, the beauty of doing this, of collecting.
Right.
All right. ESP didn't release the Justice one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make it.
I'm gonna make it.
One for me.
Right.
And you know, reaching out to that luthier
Mm-hmm.
that used to work ESP, and knowing that he did replace
Yeah.
the whole thing
the whole thing.
and put the inlays.
Yeah, he cut the inlays by hand, refretted it, and then sent it back to me because he's not a painter. And then I sent it to a company. This is actually a decal. I sent it to a company that I had some issue with, so I don't really want to give him a plug.
Right.
And he did a good job, but you know it could have been better. But he did a good job. He painted it white, put the decal on it, glossed over it, and then But unfortunately, when he did the headstock, he put ESP on it.
ESP.
And he said, well, I thought, you'd want an ESP more because they're worth more. I don't like faking guitars. Right. So I dealt with it because what am I going to do?
Right.
But then when I met John with Insane Skins,
okay,
that did the 72,
okay,
I asked him to redo it.
And
he
did.
He redid the headstock.
Insane Skins. Okay.
Insane Skins.
Okay.
He redid the headstock with LTD, so it's more authentic.
Let me grab it. And look, this is, again, to me, one of the things that I admire you is that you're creative. Because, creative, like, I'm not saying, oh, you didn't create this, but it's like like I have these 3 guitars, I want the 4 albums because they mean something to me.
They do.
The brand means something to me, so I'm gonna create something,
right.
That so I can have the 4 albums. And going through the hustle of finding the guitar, number one, finding who can do this. I am, whatever the issue was, I think he did a pretty good job on this.
Yeah.
And being authentic, because you said that he put ESP, and I've seen people faking an Epiphone for a Gibson.
Right.
And look, and that's karma right there.
It is.
It's bad karma, and we don't. I think we are
just
blessed.
Be proud of what you have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Be proud of what you have, and honestly, man, you get what you give. Because like if you're good, you're gonna get good things. Because community, what I'm seeing is like, look, the community that you're building with some collectors, you and all the great people I met over the years on the guitar groups, they're great people.
Mm-hmm.
Help each other.
Right.
Here it goes, and we enjoy seeing each other's instruments.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing the pictures on this one. I was like, wow, man, he got that one down.
Yeah.
As well.
People keep saying, "Are you going to do all of them?" I'm like, no, because this
Four
M10,
others.
right? This M10 was $149, right? It's a cheap guitar,
Right.
but the having the neck
Exactly.
done cost me more than the guitar.
Exactly.
So it's not about the money; it's about what I want it to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What you have in mind, what you want to put it on this guitar.
Right.
We just talk about your bass at Ibanez. My very first bass that I bought when I was 15-year-old, I was able to get it back right at the pandemic. And that was a cheap bass, but that bass, I played it many times every day, practicing with the band, playing gigs on the weekends. I got it back. I bought that bass for $300. He asked me for 200, and I gave him 300 because he was like, I lost my job at the pandemic. He was in Ecuador. I said, I'll give you 100 more because I don't want to feel like I'm taking advantage of your situation. So here's 100 more.
Yep.
That bass cost me $2,000 to put it together.
Oh man.
Luthier, new pickups, hardware, and bringing it from Ecuador.
Yeah.
But it was more the sentimental value.
Yep.
I got it. My first bass that I bought it with my own money, and my dad gave me the other half. So that's what it is.
It's community and karma. I mean, like I said, one of my friends that I've bought 6 guitars from, I have a rule with him that if he gets first right of refusal, if I'm going to sell anything that I bought from him, I made him a deal that I'm going to sell it back to him first. For what I paid for it.
That's awesome.
And we've done that. Like he regretted selling me an Iron Cross.
Okay.
So he went out and found me an Iron Cross.
Right.
And then we swapped them so he could have his original one back. Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And look, that's super great because there's one bass, my first Ibanez bass that I bought it here in the U.S. with my money, my sweat, my work when I was 18. And I sold that one to buy an Spectre. And the owner doesn't want to sell it to me, man. He's no. I was like, man.
We all get regrets.
What do you want?
Yeah.
And he's like, nothing. I'll give you the bass you want.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to do it.
Well, and that's the thing. I put myself in his shoes. I understand the sentimental value, right, of some of these guitars that I've got. Like this acoustic over here that's just a Fender knockoff from when my mom worked at Fender.
Right.
But my mom's not here anymore.
Right.
So that guitar is worth more to me.
Exactly.
It was his first ESP, or I believe one of his first, and it meant something to him. So, hey, find me a replacement and I'll give you your guitar back.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hopefully, and also it's like, like pay forward, and here it goes, and it's a great thing. Well, Jim, I really appreciate your time, your hospitality, your kindness. And I know you, I don't know how many years through the Facebook group.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. And it's crazy that it's been a while.
It
You're
has,
like,
yeah.
it seems like 1 year to you. No, it's been like 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And now, we're finally doing this episode. So I want to thank you for your generosity of sharing your part of your collection. I know you have other guitars. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I want you to share, if you want to share one tip to the guys that are getting into collecting guitars, what tip would you give them in order to buy like unique guitars?
If you want to start getting into collecting, I would say don't break the bank for it. There's a lot of guitars that I thought if I didn't buy them right now, like I have a couple that I've bought that I saw up for sale, and you get this instant thing like, oh, those never come up, and you buy it and you pay too much for it, and then all of a sudden you see 4 or 5 more of them. It's okay. So don't put your mortgage on it. Don't get in debt for it. Even if it's rare, it's gonna come up again. It will come up again.
Right. Don't have FOMO, fear of missing out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Right.
You'll definitely get another chance one day to buy it. So don't go into debt for it.
Okay, number one, don't get on debt, and that applies for everything.
Everything.
Guitars, cars, TVs, whatever.
Anything.
Exactly.
It goes to anything. And then the second thing I would say is really trust where you're buying it from. There's a lot of counterfeits out there.
Right.
It took me a long time to buy my Grinch because I've seen the Chinese knockoffs on eBay.
Right.
And they look really good.
Really good.
So, be careful and know what to look for. Know the logos, know the placement of the knobs. Know that Gibsons always have a space between the bindings.
Okay.
Learn those things that, so you're not spending $2,000 on a $200 guitar.
Right. Okay. Now, talking about last tip, you said don't get in debt just to buy a guitar. No. That applies simple to everything.
Unless it's one of 7. No, just
That's one of 7. Okay. And the other one is like, learn, where to buy and this.
Right.
Now, what are your main sources of buying guitars? What websites?
I really love Sweetwater.
Okay.
Most of my new gear comes from Sweetwater.
Okay. And used like collectors, what websites are your main
for
sources?
used gears, my main source is Reverb.
Okay.
Sweetwater has their source now, their gear exchange, which I really like because they don't have fees if you get a gift card from them.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you're
right.
And
most of the time I'm selling something to buy something else.
Right.
So it works out. The fees on these sites are pretty bad. But Reverb is good. It's trustworthy.
Right. What about the Facebook Marketplace?
I've looked at Facebook Marketplace. Unfortunately, there's not really any of the higher end stuff that I'm looking for.
Right.
But there's a lot of good gear out there.
Right. Any tips of buying stuff? Like, I see a lot of scams going on the internet, but sometimes it's just common sense. To me, the first red flag, price. Like you see a very low price, it's like that guitar is not that price.
Right.
That's red flag.
Right.
What another red flag would you give when you see something like that? Or like someone selling a guitar? Because I have put a post, I'm looking for this guitar, and I started getting bombarded by pictures and this and that. And I'm like, okay, can we FaceTime?
Yeah.
Can you send me a video playing it with today's paper?
I was just going to say, that's my thing, is make sure that you do some research into who's selling it.
Right.
because there's so many scams out there. Well, you know, we even see it. I'm an admin on the Facebook page, and someone will post, we approve the post first, and someone will put a rare guitar for really cheap. When I click on their profile, it's a brand new profile.
Exactly.
It's been around
That's
for
a great
one
tip.
day.
Exactly. It's brand
No.
new. Go back, see their history, profile.
See their history. Check them out.
Check them out, profile, and it's brand new. It's a red
It's
flag.
a red
right
flag.
there.
Yeah,
Right.
especially when it's too low.
Right.
Red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Price
check 'em
is,
out.
Price my biggest red flag. All right. Since we are Metallica fans,
Yep.
we know there's other members, band members. So in this case, let's talk about basses. And I notice you have a Warwick Robert Trujillo signature.
I do.
So tell me the story about this bass. When did you get it? How hard was to get it? Did you get it from Warwick, Sweetwater? How did that
I
happen?
got it through Reverb.
Reverb, okay.
It was hard. I have 4 basses, one for every tuning.
Okay.
So when I'm recording, I can lay down a bass track. And a buddy of mine put a bug in my ear, and he's like, "I'm surprised you don't have a Trujillo." And I said, "I don't need a Trujillo." So it just bugged me.
He put the seed.
He put the seed. So I ended up selling an LTD that I did have. I have 2 5-strings and 2 4-strings on purpose for tuning and stuff.
Okay.
So I sold my 5-string LTD, and I went and bought this 5-string Robert
Yeah.
Trujillo
This is like has the R and the T Trujillo.
in the Metallica font.
Exactly,
Yeah.
with the Metallica font. EMGs
Yep,
and cool. And it's like satin, right?
it is.
It is. Okay.
I'm actually on the hunt for a 4-string Trujillo bass. They are extremely hard to find. My goal, you know, always doing something. If I get a 4-string, I can paint it the burnt yellow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's a fun project to do.
It would be fun if I could find one.
The work week
Yeah.
that he got for the 72
because I got the
seasons.
72 Vulture.
Exactly.
I have the 72 drum kit.
You should do it. Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm trying to find one.
That would be a fun project to have.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, we were talking about your first guitar. Now let's talk about your first bass.
Okay.
The Ibanez you were
Yep.
showing me.
Yeah,
so
let me get that.
Let's do that. Can I put this one like
Yep.
standing here?
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about this bass.
Yeah, I got this bass.
The story about that bass.
So I got this in the mid '90s, up at Guitar Center Hollywood, and I was filling in for my brother-in-law's band. They didn't have a bass player. They did a lot of Kiss songs and stuff. So I said, you know, I want a bass for recording anyway.
Okay.
So I'll play with you guys. I bought an amp, started playing with them, and we were playing a birthday Halloween party.
Okay.
And I was dressed like a cowboy because I hate Halloween. So as simple as possible.
So you went like,
Yeah. I put on a trench coat, a hat, and a
Right.
gun belt.
right.
So we're up there playing all night, and then at the end of the show, when I take it off, I have my gun belt that totally scratched the back. And as a kid, I was really upset.
You were
about it.
upset, like you.
I ruined my guitar.
You didn't know,
Yeah.
like 30 years later, that's gonna be a cool thing to have,
Right.
like a real relic here, like
Yeah.
you know the belt.
You know, for someone who's not a gigging musician or a touring musician, it's a damn cool story, I guess.
It is because look, because you gotta understand the relic,
Right.
where the relic comes from, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden became something cool to do. But when you see the stuff here, it's the belt.
It's the belt. Yeah.
That's it's you know it's scratching your guitar, and I was telling you that when I saw this bass, this were the typical '90s Ibanez basses that I don't know if some gears were already there, but these were like the typical
Yes.
Ibanez bass and guitar. But this is cool, man. This is cool
Yeah.
story. I like the color.
I love the color.
And you recently changed the EMGs, right?
I recently changed the EMGs. I was having some electrical issues with it, so I swapped all the parts. And
Right.
while I was at it, it had chrome hardware, chrome tuners. So while
So
I
you
was
made-
at it,
you changed this.
I blacked them out.
Got it.
Because the black hardware to me just looks so much better
Right.
than the chrome hardware.
And I want to tell you this something about Ibanez, especially basses. I really like their pickups.
Yeah, they were good.
They were good. Even Fieldy from Korn, he said, nope, the Ibanez pickups. I don't change. I don't do. You have the, what's it called? K5? Yeah. Oh.
Yep.
Are these Ibanez?
Yes, they're
Yeah.
the Apex.
And look, and Fieldy was saying in an interview I read, he said, look, my sound are the Ibanez pickups.
They are.
And I tell you this, I had sound gears, I have Ergodynes, Ibanez, and I swapped those pickups from put Fishmans instead of Ibanez, and it doesn't sound. I fucked up.
Oh,
I
man.
fucked up big time. And I wish I kept those pickups.
You don't have them?
I don't
You got
have
rid of
them anymore.
Oh, man.
And I put Fishmans, I have
Yeah.
put EMGs. No.
Yeah.
It has to be the Ibanez that I was thinking of buying that Ergodyne base again just to get the pickups.
Yeah.
Put them back. Because
I keep all my parts, even the broken ones.
that one I don't
Yeah.
know what I did, man.
Yeah.
So it's like a shitty story, but I'm glad, we're talking about the K1 and the sound that the Ibanez
That
pickups
boom.
have. Yeah, exactly. The
Yeah.
body on the 90s,
Yeah.
and you put like either use a Sensamp or whatever pedal,
Yeah.
bass, kill it.
Especially on Fieldy, who that string is an A. I mean, that's a low note.
Right.
That's a low note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I experienced that, and I'm regret. So I might have to buy this Ergodyne bass that I have two. My original one, and I have one that I bought it because I thought I'm never going to recuperate my original one. But I fucked up doing that thing with the pickups.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
we all fuck up. But this is great. So
Yeah.
this is the K5.
Yeah.
So you're a Fieldy, a Korn Fine as well, right?
I have that, and I have the Sir Headley LTD for heads, and I have the Ibanez Apex for monkey.
Oh, okay. So you...
Yeah, I have the three.
All right,
Yep.
that's another episode. Right, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I did, and I hope you enjoyed
really
this
appreciate you
conversation.
coming out.
No, it was a great day. And you guys, this is a new channel. If you want to help me, like, comment, and you want to see more episodes like this, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. And Jim, once again, thanks, man.
Thank you.
I had a great time. I think we know each other for a while now, and this is just part of our friendship.
Yep.
And now, hopefully, we can share your passion, our passion, to other people like us that love guitars. Because this is about guitars, guys. Keep playing, keep collecting, keep being cool, and I'll see you next week.